Hi, I'm Brianna Stone. I'm from Montrose High School, and I went to Louisville, Kentucky this summer to intern at the Fraser Rehab Institute. So this is the main building that I went to. While there, I helped pretty much people who suffered spinal cord injuries, which resulted in paralyzation. I interned at the Fraser Rehab Institute, who had the goal to accommodate these people and help them integrate back into society, pretty much to take back control over their life. And so while there, I got to participate in many different things like locomotive therapy sessions and observe studies, as well as I got to go to the University of Louisville Medical Dental Research Building to observe some animal surgeries, to do studies to help scientists better understand how bladder issues were affected by paralysis. So in these photos, the photo over there, and actually both photos, are mechanisms used in standing sessions, which were meant to help support paralyzed individuals. And so in the photo on the far left, you can see me holding up one of the individuals that I worked with at the shoulders. In other sessions, I also kind of supported people by the knees, like the lady shown there. I also helped monitor different programs that would track their progress and to understand how they were, reacting to their therapy sessions and also study sessions. The objective of these sessions, though, was to help patients train and regain muscle strength, because paralysis usually results in patients losing muscle strength. So I also got to observe a lot of sessions with a treadmill, which is shown in this photo, and we tend to harness our patients and study participants like this, and then we would wheel them over to the treadmill and put, pretty much have them in an upright position in order to mechanically walk them, in which two people, one sitting here and one sitting there, would take their legs in order to walk them so that they could retrain and connect the neurons in their spinal cord in order to help them learn how to walk again. I also got to observe a gravity-neutral device, which assesses interlimb coordination, which is the coordination between the left and right legs. The patient, as seen in this photo, wore shoes that astronauts tend to wear to simulate walking by pumping air into different parts of the shoe to imitate feet touching the ground at different times. I also got to observe animal surgeries, which I enjoyed so much. The purpose of these surgeries was to improve our understanding on how paralysis impacts bladder and different systems in the body, because unlike, I know when I first got there, I didn't realize how much of an effect paralysis had on the different body systems. So one of the main problems, especially that we focused on with these surgeries, was that when patients are paralyzed, they can't really use the restroom, and they don't know when they need to use the restroom, which can result in different things like UTIs. And they also aren't aware when they get a UTI, which can be very dangerous because it can lead to further infections in the body. Sadly, I didn't get to take any photos of the surgeries that I observed, but I did get to take a photo of this foam block that has sutures that I learned how to put in. And then some of the fun activity, I did a lot of fun activities when I was in Louisville, so you're gonna see like a couple more slides. But one of the days that I spent there, we went to 3 national parks. This one and this one are pictures of Abraham Lincoln's birthplace, and then this one was Mammoth Cave National Park, where we got to go on a cave tour, except for it was kind of self-led. It was great. And then in this photo, we stopped by Onyx Cave. Here you can see one of my host parents, David, and then their 2 kids, which were so great and fun to hang out with. And then also I had there was another Pintern who stayed with me and was kind of like my roommate, and her name was Sasha. She's in that photo. She was also super fun to be with. And then, and my host mom was taking the photo. You'll see her in a couple slides. They also had a pool right by their house, so I got to go spend time there, which it was awesome because it was a limestone quarry and it completely renovated. And they had a zoo by their house, so I got to like hang out at the zoo with their kids. And like up here, there's a leopard, or I think it was a puma, I don't know, leopard or puma, some sort of cat. It was very fun. I also got to see a lot of plays. So they had local performances of Shakespeare in the Park, and this was The Merry Wives of Windsor. And then I got to see like Hamilton. It was so amazing. It was the best theatrical performance I've ever seen. And this was Bridget, my host mom. And so, advice for future Pinterns: document all of the fun activities that you do, because like then you can look back on everything that you learned and experienced. Also, don't be afraid to ask good questions. I remember arriving, some of my coworkers would mention medical terms like soleus and stuff, tibialis anterior. Like, what is that? And so I would just have to ask them, I don't know what that means. And they were so willing to help me as long as I was willing to put in the effort to learn what they were talking about. So thank you to everyone, my mentor, my host family, my wonderful host family, and the rest of Pinhead.